What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. My name is Braden Carlson.
I'm Taylor Jesse.
And my name is Shane, or as you might know me, Postart.
And today, finally, back by popular demand, we have our man, Macho Match, in the studio with us, with the David Lee Roth headset mic, for those watching on video. Really, it's just visually appealing, so I'm really sorry to the audio-only listeners that don't get a chance to see this. How are you doing, Matt?
Doing well. I'm delighted to be here with you, fine fellas.
Awesome. Well, I hear Nigel in the background, so that's cool.
Nigel is also here.
All right.
This is a fantastic start. So, anyway, Matt, you've missed a lot on the podcast. We've been actually consistently recording every week, and we thought that we should catch you up since you are the fourth member of the Anti-Gravity Group, and you haven't been here. So let's start it rolling with I think we're probably gonna skip the budget level 3 shirt choices for you. If you could just real quick pick a kit. What kit? What are you doing for your level 3?
Mystic Buzz.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. The Ultimate Buzz, the 7.5 inch. Yeah, okay, good. All right, well, we'll just move on from that one. Do you have any real quick? We'll touch on the how to prep for launches and what to bring topic. What any recommendations there?
I've got a few recommendations. I think having some fresh 9-volt batteries is definitely high up on the list, or whatever power supply that you use for your altimeters. Definitely bring some extra batteries, because that's important.
Nice full ones.
Yeah.
Maybe one for each altimeter.
Yeah.
We'll dig into that in a little bit.
I would also add to that, make sure you bring the right parachute for your rocket, because you don't want to have to rely on your friends having bigger parachutes than necessary.
Well, okay, we'll get into that here in a second. We did one, building a huge rocket is a pain and it's expensive, where we unfortunately sat down and calculated out how much it costs to build the Punisher. Well, basically we priced it out as if we destroyed it and lost all the hardware, how much it would cost to do it all again. And it was like $9,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so we should probably try and keep that thing intact. Maybe keep all that hardware in there.
Yeesh.
So anyway, that brings us to one that you can actually talk about. One of our more recent episodes, our high-powered rocketry winter project. So please, Macho Matt, tell us what you've got going on this winter.
Well, I'm trying to get back up on my feet. I was in the middle of building a 3-inch Punisher, so that way I could compete with y'all. And then I ended up moving from an apartment to a house, so that was kind of a big thing. And then I had a string of automotive related issues with cars and stuff. I guess, yeah, automotive. Connect the dots there. But anyway, so
called owning a Subaru.
Yeah, an STI specifically.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's actually a couple of people asked why you weren't at Cloudburst or at Airfest for the Arcus launch.
Yeah,
that's why, folks. In case you were still curious.
Yep, I had a mishap. The power steering line touched the turbo and threw power steering fluid all over the engine bay, which wasn't good. So I had to replace the hard lines.
And through a miracle, didn't light up on the downpipe.
Flames.
Thankfully,
yeah.
Thankfully,
that is very lucky.
Yeah.
So just the 3-inch Punisher then, or you got anything else going on?
I mean, I still have a Dark Star that is still sitting around. No longer have the
Wait,
Demon,
what size?
I think it's through.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
2-inch, yeah. Oh dang.
Oh yeah, classic Dark Star.
Yeah.
The OG.
Yeah, I got him to get that like before Matt. That was like right after he got into rockets.
Yeah, I think that might have been my first fiberglass rocket.
Did the classic. Yeah. He did the old show up late to the sale and was like, "What should I buy?" I'm like, "I don't know. Dark Star's on sale. You can do that. It's level 1 capable." And so we bought it, and then it's just sat.
It's been
That was
sitting in a bag.
the 2-inch Dark Star, the OG one, was my first dual deploy kit that I built and flew. My first dual deploy flight was a rocket that Crazy Jim built, but the Dark Star was the first one I built.
What about the
and I
Nike
painted-
Smoke?
No,
was
Dark
later?
Star was first.
Wow.
An old H123, baby.
I just killed my Dark Star last year.
I sold mine, and honestly, for the greater good, because it was garbage, and the guy who got it made it really pretty and nice.
Oh, he covered up the Kiss artwork?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, thankfully.
It was Kiss themed.
Yeah,
Whoa,
shout
that's cool.
out to Mark Hayes from Sticker Shock for making that happen for me. But yeah, that was,
It was called Kiss My Dark Star, right?
yes, sir. Taylor knows all of my lore.
Wow.
Well,
It was
there was a lot on the rocketry forum.
yeah,
Were
it was
these-
pretty readily available. Yeah,
Were these during
Whether
the,
you're
the,
looking
like,
for it
flight
or not.
reports?
we'll just
Anyway.
move on from that. So
Yeah.
Anyways,
one last appeal for winter projects, Matt. You got anything else?
45-inch Punisher. You guys, I haven't told you about it. Yeah, I know.
Don't get people excited about that. Someone's gonna take that serious.
Okay.
We're done with big rockets for now. We have big rockets at home. Taylor's home, to be specific.
Yeah, specifically my home.
The rocket home.
All right. In that case, we're gonna move on to one I'm excited to hear Matt talk about. It is all of your failures in high power rocketry.
All right.
So let's just get the ball rolling. What do you
All
got?
right. I think can I slow walk through this or
Well,
um
I would start with the beginning.
yeah, okay. I want to
'Cause
go
we
from
know
the
what
beginning.
we know what the end is, so we can finish with that. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
you
gotta
started
build
high
up.
power with a failure.
Yeah. So
Is that right?
yeah, first failure was I was launching my Magnum rocket. That's a scratch built. I think it was like 2-inch in diameter, 3-inch in diameter. Anyway, the nose cone.
It's like a 3-inch
not a
mailing tube, I
lock
think.
Magnum.
Yeah, not a lock. Yeah,
it's not a lock
scratch built.
Magnum. It's a rocket he calls Magnum after the
Yeah.
Magnum XL 200 roller coaster. Of course.
Yeah.
Anyway, go
yes.
on.
So, I think this was I was going for my level 1 certification, and at Apogee, I believe the nose cone came around and hit the rocket, the airframe, and broke the nose cone, and so it came down. It came down fine, but the nose cone was broke, so I couldn't fly it again without making some modifications to it. So. That was the first.
Because it was
failure.
3D printed, right?
Yeah, it was a 3D printed nose cone, and the nose cone, I think the wall basically was too thin. There wasn't enough infill, maybe, if that's the right term.
Yeah.
So
This was a few years ago too, before like 3D printing
Yeah.
it got to the level that it is now.
It was like
yeah.
right before it kind of like
Really
got to
took
where everyone
off.
had him at home.
yeah.
You did that at work, right?
No, I had a friend at work that had a 3D printer. But
Oh.
yeah. But I think it was
It
yeah,
wasn't
it was
quite as
definitely
mainstream
before-
as
right,
it is
was,
now.
Yeah. It was like 2018, something like that. I mean, I think it was
17?
yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah, it was probably then.
I didn't
Um,
realize that was your first level 1 attempt.
Or it
Yeah,
was
that was my
2018,
first-
yeah.
Yeah, it was 2018 because we went on the roller coaster trip to King's Dominion and all that. So that was the first.
Yeah.
Where'd Postar go?
Don't
He's
worry
here.
about it. Just
Oh,
keep
right, oh, right.
going.
So that was failure number 1, and then so what we ended up doing, I ended up I think fiberglassing it, like put a real thin sheet of fiberglass on it, and then
Yeah, we did.
yeah, and then that got me through level 1, and then failures after that. There
Well,
was definitely what?
One involved me, kind of.
Yeah. That
Well, we
one
went
was
to do a park
hilarious.
fly.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And we
But
were
Taylor-
prepping really we kind of where we had to launch was kind of away from the van, so we'd kind of prep at the van and had my rail set up out there, and then we just carry it out and launch it. So it's
Yeah.
so I was helping Matt get his rocket ready, and so we fly it, and then the chute doesn't open and it breaks a
Yeah.
fin
Yeah.
because I did a really job packing the chute.
It
So
was
sorry,
it was
Matt.
funny though. I know
That was on the
it
same rocket. That was.
Yeah, same. This thing's a tank, so it
I'm glad
it
you were
was
able to
fun.
find the humor in it. I don't know if I would have.
No, what was funny
So
about that?
the chute just didn't open.
Yeah, no, the funny part was, so I was filming it, and so we do the countdown launch. At Apogee we saw something, and then Taylor's like, "Open up, open up, open up," and then you hear thunk, and then Taylor looks at me and he says, "I forgot to pack the chute," and I was like, "Of course." It was.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah,
There was just no chute in it.
no, there was. I think there
Well,
was a chute.
I think it was
I
just
have
it was like Matt just stuffed it in from the last flight or something.
Probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
I think we
see.
didn't
One
go
of
through the
those.
process, which that's a failure that's a learning mistake, learning experience there. I have the video. on
Partially my
Facebook.
fault though.
You
Yeah.
you also had an incident with your level 2 cert attempt that I was
Oh,
there
God.
for. Should we talk
Well,
about that?
Yeah. That was the
Well, it was
quark.
before the level 2, right? Or is it the one I'm thinking of?
I
Where
think
there's
it
the
was-
good picture of it?
No. That was before level 2. So that was I think I don't know if Braden
It was
at that
H550.
launch.
It was one of the funniest ones. It was at Airfest.
Yeah, the D ring. I didn't thread the quick link. I didn't thread it.
Quick link.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I didn't close it. And so,
classic
so
paranoia of mine.
Yeah, and so at Apogee the thing just
And
You're
So
playing
it
it
was
too
like-
loose.
nothing.
You
It all,
really gotta
yeah, I got
spend
it
like
back.
5 to 10 minutes being concerned about whether or not you actually attached those.
Luckily, the booster was.
It was so funny because it was.
Yeah. The nose cone the
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, no, the upper part of it came down, like it was light enough that it didn't really cause any damage to the upper half, the sustainer. No, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so some person got a really good shot of it separating without the quick link attached.
It was
Yeah,
so
that's
great
good.
because it was a 4-inch Mystic Buzz on an H550, so it went like 1,000 feet, and then we go, oh, good flight for Matt, that was sweet, and then it just blew apart, like because it wasn't attached at all, so the payload just kept going forever because it was like a
That
nice
is
slow
amazing.
motion apogee.
Yeah,
We're like, ooh, oh no.
yeah.
And then I don't know if it was the same launch or not, but you had another issue with the Magnum rocket. Do you remember that one?
Was that the one with I didn't put the tracker in? No, hang on, let me think.
No.
Wait, didn't it come in ballistic at some point?
Yeah, like right in front of the everyone.
No way. Oh,
I think the chute got
he's
stuck
blocked
or
it
something.
out.
yeah, that sounds familiar. It wasn't too long of a delay.
And then
Yeah,
it was
I
just
can't-
tumbling down, and then at the very last second, it like streamlined, and we're like, "Oh!"
Yeah,
that
and then
rocket's
it was-
kind of cursed.
yeah,
And then we built it so stout, it just took it.
yeah.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me that it came in ballistic. I was like, "What? It looks fine." You're
Yeah.
like, yep, the old shipping tube and some fiberglass, and we're good.
I don't think it's flown with the new nose cone yet. That's
No, but
the
that
super
nose
heavy
cone's
one.
way too heavy.
yeah. I'm
it
eager
can
to try
only
that,
fly on I-200s now.
Yeah.
probably. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
that's
see here.
awesome. Okay, now
I
are
could-
we on to the level 2 story?
I think so.
Yeah, we could go level 2. So was this for level 2?
I don't remember this one, so
No, this is. Oh, I think when
It-
we talk about it, it'll come to mind. Maybe you were RSOing at
Yeah,
this
it
time
was.
or
It
something.
was for your level 2,
Okay.
because then after you got it, we put the K185 in it.
Oh, that's right. That was a good. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, so
Yeah, that's a good meme.
Yeah.
People didn't love the Macho Matt thing. There was a couple people that just really didn't get the humor. You really have to be like a Tim and Eric Awesome Show fan, or like
Yeah.
Eric Andre, to
Yeah.
really appreciate the Macho Matt video.
It takes something. Yeah.
But
so
anyway,
level 2 attempt.
Tell us
so
about your level 2.
I bought an egg timer and a quark altimeter, and I put it all together and whatnot. Thought that it was gonna be fine.
oh, I know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So we get out to the pad, and I think I was having issues racking the Screaming Eagle rocket onto the launch rod, and so or the launch rail. And so anyway, I think at one point one of the rail buttons came out, so we went to some person and they gave us some CA.
Right. Yeah. So we took it back. Yeah.
Yeah, we took it back. Put some CA on the lug, whatever. Anyway, so put it back on or start. We're racking the rocket on the launch rail, and I think as soon as I armed the electronics, the ejection charge went off right in our face. Basically, I think it was like right above. Yeah, right above. I think it would have been like right above me. I think maybe, but anyway, yeah, that's me, and I was, yeah.
It was interesting because you had put it on the pad before, and the rail button was loose, and you turned the electronics on, and then I was like, dude, that rail button's coming out. Let's just take it back. We'll glue it in, because this is a cert flight. We don't want this thing flying into the crowd, so take it back, glue the rail button in place with some CA. We get it out on the pad, and the very second that he touched the wires together to turn the altimeter on, it just fired. The main dude was just fired.
I remember being really.
I remember
upset.
it vividly.
So then we went to Wildman and got an RRC3, and then it worked perfectly fine.
Yeah.
See, those egg timer kids. All right. Well, we can't blame Mr. Worst for that one, but we'll get to that one. But I don't know if it's some flaw in the way you built it, or if it's some flaw in the way that altimeter is designed, or what. But yeah, once you power it down and then power it back up, I'm wondering if it like launch detected somehow, like we'd shut it off and pulled it off the pad, and it thought like with the capacitor or whatever, it keeps it running for X amount of time after the battery's disconnected just to try. So I'm wondering if it did that, and as soon as it got power again, it thought it had reached apogee and was just like, "Oh God, fire it!"
Yeah, because I think it
had something to do with the GPS interference.
Maybe.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that was in there.
Yeah, it could be that they have some like brownout detection logic in there too, where it detects that it loses power when it comes back. Yeah, thinks that it was in flight or
panic fire everything.
I don't know. I
remember that failure vividly though, because
you were
finished talking to someone, and I was walking back to our camp, and I'm like, there's Matt and Braden, and then it just poof. It was like, I was like,
great.
Oh no.
That was.
You guys like regain composure and like pull it back off the pad. It was like it just burned into my brain.
Yeah, dude, Matt was really discouraged. I thought that was going to be the time you quit rocketry, but you quit rocketry after the next one, right?
Okay, right. No, wait, I've got one more. Maybe it's not so much a failure, but so
the
there
mini
was
mag, the parachute.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the mini mag with the parachute. So this ties into my make sure you have the right size parachute or bring your parachutes to the launch. But I borrowed. Oh wait, did I borrow a chute from you, Taylor, or did I have a bigger chute?
No, it was your chute.
It was my chute.
You just put the wrong chute in it.
Yeah. So I put too big of a chute in my mini mag, and we drag raced, and it was a great drag race.
And we drag raced.
Yeah, and we drag raced.
Same motor, like exact same flight profile, except when the chute's open, Matt's went like 2 miles away.
Yeah, it almost made it to Anthony. Was that the I-345? Yeah.
It was
that's what I did my level 1 with.
Good.
In a mini bag, kind of. It was like perfectly timed. They took off like identical. It was so beautiful, and then Max just kind of hung out up there.
Kept going, and I was like, I don't understand. Maybe it caught a.
It just was. It wasn't coming down. It wasn't ever getting bigger in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you just disappeared I like drove down the road to try and find you. And then I get back and he's just there with his rocket, happy as could be. He's like, I put the wrong chute in it. I was like, no kidding, huh?
I remember though, that was the first time when I was walking out to recover that. That was the first time I looked down and like saw remnants of other rockets in the field. Like I saw the divot divots in the ground. I was like, whoa, this is pretty intense. And like looking around the divots and seeing like remnants. Like I remember seeing a microcontroller or some kind of IC just hanging out in the Kansas dirt, and like bits and pieces of all kinds of stuff. That was, and I think the fun thing about recovering is like recovering the rockets is like you're walking way out there, where it's really quiet, and you're kind of in your own element or whatever. And I don't know, it was pretty peaceful.
It's kind of tranquil.
It is. And then like hearing rockets
Yeah,
go
I
when
like
it's not like 104, yeah.
Yeah, that
Dude,
is.
well,
oh,
even
geez,
after when the Arcus
Yeah.
came in ballistic, and I was just out there like walking for like an hour and a half, and I was like, this isn't bad.
Yeah.
It would be less bad if there wasn't, $500 of my stuff in the ground out there, but more actually. There was a Blue Raven, but in my last Wildman tracker. But no, it is very serene, except for in Argonia when we were looking for my 54 when it was muddy. But we did meet Dirt, the black or chocolate lab there that one year. So
that was great.
Our boy Dirt.
Fun. I remember that was the
Dirt's
time
the
It's not
realest
serene.
Is it
the
the next
Milo?
one? Oh yeah.
The Milo fields.
Oh yeah, that was rough. I just remember you being like, dude, I had to like trudge through it to get my Punisher bag and like step sideways. And wasn't that your drogless, mainless flight too?
I think the main came out on that one.
Oh, well.
Hard to say. There was a lot.
You're just
more
like,
than
I
one
feel like
of
I
those.
can't walk.
Yeah, that one took a toll on me.
All right, Matt. I think okay, I did want to bring up the Jolly Logic incident, which wasn't really your fault, but it was kind of an incident.
Yeah.
Where I was like, Matt, borrow my shoot release. It's so cool. And then he used it, and it just like kicked the PC board out of the case. But Taylor recently told me somebody like got a warranty replacement for one of those. So I might message them and see if they'll send me one. And then if they give me one, I'll just send it to you since you bought me another one.
Well, but the guy sent in the parts. I don't know if you.
I still have
the
it.
remnants. Oh,
yeah,
just the
yeah.
Well, then you might be able
somewhere.
to do that. Then I think because I think it's a pretty rare thing. Although apparently it happened to at least 2 people.
Yeah,
But,
happened more than once.
He the guy fixed it or whatever, or sent him a new one, I guess.
Yeah, that was surprising
right.
to come back and yep. So then
Let's round it off, Matt.
All right. So the big mistake that hurt the most, I would definitely say, was
He's still hurting.
Yeah, basically. I mean, that was a pretty serious hurt.
He can barely talk about it. We can take a break if you need to regain composure.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, so was it 5-inch demon or 4-inch? It was 5-inch.
4-inch.
The big 4-inch demon. Big.
You can tell he cared so much about it.
Yeah. It didn't have any paint on it, so for me, I was like, well, it's not really done yet. So anyway, I think I had maybe one flight on it before this, which was a pretty good flight. What was it? The L-19.
It was an awesome flight.
That was
40.
cool with the 1940, right? L-1940.
Yeah.
That was the one that Stan knocked over. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, the GoPro got blown backwards, and we got a good shot of it.
Yeah.
You should post that on a channel somewhere.
It is.
Oh, yeah, I remember. That's the episode where you're like, no, this isn't Rocket Vlogs. This is the Rocket Channel. And Matt laughed. And you're like, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the name of it, Matt. God.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to see that one. Anyway, so, yeah.
Oh, you were hilarious in that one.
Thank you.
Dude, the world needs a Macho Matt YouTube channel for rocketry.
I know.
Oh, man. That would be something.
Amazing.
So, what was it? Airfest? No, it was Cloudburst.
No, it was
Cloudburst.
Cloudburst.
Yeah, it's Cloudburst.
Yeah.
After
Cloudburst.
we were on the high of the 12-inch Punisher flying perfectly, and then the M4500 drag race, and Postard finally getting 10,000 feet, we were all having a great weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this.
Matt's gonna throw up an L850.
Yeah, I don't think I flew anything until this point, because I think I
Well,
remember
just a 200-pound 12-inch rocket with 7 motors in it.
Oh, yes, yeah, my bad. Right. So, and it was really cold then
nothing
too, right?
crazy.
Yeah.
It was
Just, you know,
freezing. Yeah.
Yeah.
it was quite cold, but so I took forever in preparing my rocket, but I forgot to really check the voltage of the 9-volt batteries. And I think I might have had some other 9 volts, but I just was like, whatever, this should be fine. I don't know what was going through my mind. And not enough. So I get it all together, and for whatever reason I was being really careless, and which I probably shouldn't be doing. But anyway, put the
It's
rocket
fine.
on the put the rocket on the rail, and I made sure that I had lock, like GPS locks, because I still had the egg timer or the egg finder kit, and then I think I had a tracker. Anyway, normal stuff.
Yeah, it
And
was
then,
mine.
yeah. Oh, that's yeah. How could I forget? So anyway, it goes up. I think it looked pretty good going up, and then I think we heard some tracking, and I thought that I got some kind of location reading from it or whatever, and then basically we didn't hear anything for a long time, and I remember we couldn't get like a direction.
Actually, forever.
Yeah.
We didn't hear anything forever
To
after
this
that
day,
because it was in
to
the
this
ground.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt joined the tracker beeper ghost static meme club.
Yeah, and like all of us, the first time it happens, he was in denial. I knew
Super
instantly,
optimistic. Yeah.
but I tried to let him down soft. I didn't want to say your rocket's totally garbage, but
Yeah.
I knew
It's gone.
I remember we were
so we went and drove around and pretended we
probably
could
like an
find
hour, I think. Pretending we couldn't find it. Yeah.
it.
And
Yeah, so I humored him and pretended there was any chance we would ever see it again. And
It was muddy too, so I'm pretty sure it's in the ground. Like,
yeah, it's got to be in
not
there pretty
sticking out.
deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember getting back to the flight line and being like, "Crap! I can't believe it. That was like my most expensive rocket. It had your rocket. What was Rocket Man? No, what was the
The Dr. Rocket 75
Dr.
38
Rockets,
40
yeah.
case?
Yeah, that one. Had
That still hasn't
case
been
in it.
replaced? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Has
boy.
it not been replaced? Wow, burn. Has it not been replaced? I haven't.
No.
Okay. Well,
I know, crazy.
You should have bought one on sale.
No, they're always on sale.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, shout out Wildman Hobbies.
Yeah, if you need hardware.
So,
And
Yeah,
then he
that
never
was-
flew a rocket again after that day.
Yeah, he quit. He didn't even want to show up for the Arcus launch. He just said, "I'm not going down there
That-
again because I got PTSD from that failure."
He's like, I'll build it, but I don't want to go anywhere near Argonia, Kansas ever again.
I'll just watch the video.
Yeah,
I guess that
it's
is
never
true.
fun.
Man,
It's
I can't believe
especially
that.
harmful when it's 75mm hardware. We unfortunately
Yeah.
3 of the 4 of us are all too familiar with that pain. Paw Start, you're up next, dude. Get ready.
No, I'm all right not being part of that club.
Nah,
Give it
Slam,
time. It'll happen.
You have a Dr. Rocket 3840. You could
I
throw that in the
do.
ground too. Join the club.
I don't want to.
Just put it on your own terms, and then you can find it easily. Yeah, that hurt though.
Just take it out there and throw it.
Yeah.
I think-
okay, it's on the ground.
I think my
in the
least
club.
favorite part is that I got those closures the day we left.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, my closures came. It'll match the case."
Boom.
Literally, as we were finishing packing the van and getting ready to leave, he opens the door and there's a package. He's like, "Cool, my closures. I'm gonna let Matt borrow these instantly."
I don't know why. I think because the L1940 went so well, and he really made me proud. You know, he did it all himself, and it all worked. And I was like,
Thanks,
"This dude knows how
Rocket
to fly
Dad.
rockets." And then, he went and did it to us with
Yeah.
the batteries. But
Matt, we have to ask. We've theorized. Was there more than one battery?
Yes, there were 2 altimeters in that. There were 2 batteries. There were 2
Okay,
batteries.
so-
but were you also running GPS off one of those batteries?
Studies have shown that I was running.
No,
GPS.
there it is.
There was GPS and I think the RRC3 on one, and then I had just the RR2 plus on its own. Yeah.
Okay, so the
Both of
2
them.
biggest power
But-
draws on one battery.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, yeah.
And
I don't. Yeah.
do you remember
just
when
kinda
I
threw it
told
together.
you not to do that?
Oh
No,
man,
I don't.
Rocket Dad's
he doesn't
coming down
remember.
on Matt.
That was back when I lived with Matt, and we were going over electronics for the first time. And he's like, "Well, why
Yeah.
can't I use one battery for everything, like a power supply?" I'm like, "Because we just don't do it."
Well,
I found out the hard
you
way.
live and you learn, Matt.
Yeah, sure did.
What you have
Next
to
time he's
do,
gonna have
though,
12
is
batteries in there.
12 batteries. Yeah, right. No, they're just gonna be fresh. I'm gonna check the
all in
voltage before.
parallel. But in order to live and learn and move on, you have to build and fly another rocket. So
I'm
Which he has yet to do since that.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been
Well, he
that
built the
long.
Ark-
Until
Arcus
then,
with
we're gonna
us.
call you a quitter. But
Okay.
yeah, Matt's
okay.
retired from rocketry for now.
Yeah.
No, dude,
It's okay. I took a long retirement.
my AAA membership's been renewed, so I mean I'm still level 2.
Sheesh.
It's on the
I was
auto
wondering.
renew.
I keep meaning to ask you about that.
Well, it's on the
Oh,
auto
nice.
renewed. Aren't you guys on that?
Garmin money.
Actually, no. I forgot to pay mine this year. I was a month late.
Are you
Good
still
thing you have
level
like 5 years now.
Yeah, luckily they changed
Oh.
that, so you
3? Oh, okay.
way too much leeway, in my opinion. But
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy amount, but they got to keep people
wouldn't that be
here
funny
somehow.
if they changed it so if you missed a payment, you went down a level?
That'd be so funny. Sorry, you're
Wow.
level
You're level
negative
2
4.
now. 'Cause I don't think you're not responsible enough to make your payment. I don't think you're responsible enough to have level 3.
Wah, wah.
No motors for you, sir.
And there's a reason Taylor's not on the Tripoli board.
Why? Oh, for that
That
reason?
spiel. I think we're not punishing our members enough, to be honest. All right. Well, I think we're caught up on your failures there, Matt, right?
Yeah. I
Well,
think
what
we're
about
good.
his dream rocket? Oh, sorry. That's the next thing, isn't it?
Oh, wow. Spoilers. Okay,
Oh,
well,
I thought you-
anyway.
I
The
thought you said
next
caught up
topic.
on Matt in general, but then you added
Yeah.
failures at the end. It's my bad. My bad.
The most recent episode we need you to catch up on is our dream rocket projects. So, any amount of money, hardware, anything you want, within reason on like discontinued stuff, and like also what you would actually do if you had the money. There's a little bit of a capability restraint. Other than that,
Man.
what are you doing?
So, oh, man, I don't know. I feel like I would maybe want at least a 2-stage rocket at some point. I think that would be cool. Which one? I Don't know.
Wanna see
Yeah.
Matt build a 2-stage?
I think that would be cool. I think the cluster 2-stage would be really cool, but I don't know. I kind of feel
Oh my
like,
god. You should build a 5th scale Nike Hercules. They're really easy. They just
I
go
think
right
that's-
together.
yeah.
I
think
know
I
one
for
that's
just-
halfway built.
Yeah,
You
maybe we can
probably
get him to
have it.
sell it. He's
I
like,
know
it's
one.
I see a guy
basically a
on
kit.
Facebook today.
No, the fully built one or no?
Someone's building a 5th scale Nike Hercules, and it looks way better than mine because he's 3D printing all the hard parts.
That's cheating.
Anyway,
You took too
That's
long.
cheating.
I know. Anyway,
I
go
know
ahead.
on the
2-stage
list-
though is
That's
cool.
my pain, not yours.
On
Oh, the
list
motor
of-
list? Is that what you're pulling up?
No, I was gonna. I have a
Matt
Matt
Rocket
has a
list
motors
too?
I like list.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Let's hear
mean,
it.
One of my favorite
Matt,
things about
I'm-
Matt is his motors I like list.
Yeah, it's
and then
awesome.
asking me if he'd already put that one on the list. It's the most wholesome thing. What motor was that? That was so cool. I'm gonna put
It's
that on the
already on
motors
it.
I like list so I can buy
You're
it
like,
later.
Matt, you already did that.
Yeah.
It's just he wrote L850 like 5 times.
And then now it's been removed from the list for sure.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
no more L850s. They put
Yeah,
rockets in the ground.
Yeah, they
Crosses
don't
it
work.
out with a red marker. I'm never doing
was-
that again.
What was the one that was the propellant X? The 19 or that was
1940.
not fun. 19. What? Really? That was propellant
What?
X?
It was super fun.
Such a
Wait,
good motor.
Yeah,
What
it's-
am I thinking?
It's
was
the
it
of?
fun
perfect
about it?
motor.
No, what's the one that had the nozzle?
Oh, the J615.
That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
J615.
The
Medusa
Aerospike
nozzle.
nozzle.
Yeah,
That's
super
what it
that was a
Thunder.
one and done for me. Like,
It was just
well,
a
except for
mess.
now, it's been long enough since I flew it that I'm starting to think I want to do it again, but probably not.
I think one of the
It was-
dream rockets that I still have on my list is the Brahms rocket. I think that could be
Yeah.
fun.
I have some inspiration for you in a project that I'm working on right now that probably won't be out by the time this podcast is up, so I'm not going to say it, but I'll send you some pictures after this.
All right.
You can make
I would
anything
love to see
happen.
that.
We can make a
Ugh.
joke out of Taylor's dumb flying banana, dude.
Yeah.
Wait until the upscale banana.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Upscale banana.
The M1939 banana.
Isn't it already?
But
Wait,
you should do a 2-stage. I have a 2-stage kit that I'm planning on building this winter. So gang up
Okay.
with me. Let's do some
You know
2-stage
what,
Okay.
stuff.
Matt,
Alright.
we need to get the lock 2-state, the Terrier booster.
Terrier
Um,
Sandhawk.
wait.
well,
I
what-
want to see what this looks like.
Do you know what a Sandhawk is, Matt?
Does it
Oh,
have
Matt
only
seems
the
like a
second
BBX
best
kinda
rocket ever
guy.
made. Yeah, the BBX would be really cool.
I'll get the Terrier Sandhawk, and you can get the Terrier BBX.
We can 2-stage drag race. Oh, you know what?
Dude,
We'll take
yeah.
them. No, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. Here, I'll just cut it out. I was gonna say we can take them to Cloudburst and show all the college teams how to fly a 2-stage rocket.
Terrier Sandhawk.
They're doing the
What was-
same contest this year, I think.
Yeah, I saw that Tim made a kit specifically for it and put it on sale.
I think it was on there last year too.
But yeah, the Terrier BBX would be super cool. You didn't come to MDIA, so you didn't get to see the Nike BBX, the real one. at
After me and
Goddard.
Braden saw it in person, we for about a month decided that the BBX was the best looking rocket ever.
Yeah,
and then
it's the best
What?
thing, except for the Iris,
It
of
was-
course.
it was short lived.
Wait, the
Yeah, I'm back on my
BBX.
Iris vibes now. It was just because the Iris there had a bent fin, so I was kind of against it.
Yours has a broken
that
fin.
it fell over and they just left it there.
Mine does have a broken fin. That is a good point. It's very scale accurate.
Yeah, did it just hit too close to home and that's why you didn't like
Yeah.
it?
I was like, you know what? Irises are stupid.
Speaking of broken
guys like
fins, Matt, I broke a fin on my Sumo.
Wait, did you tell me about that? How did
I
that
don't
happen?
know, but I did.
I don't know.
He
Well,
got karma'd
it
for
hit the
making fun of
ground.
me so much.
I got karma
Wow.
for making fun of Braden breaking fins on all his
He's
rockets.
like, oh, it's so stupid. Look at this idiot breaking fins off all the time. Boom. Instant fin
did-
break.
Did it come down to
I must say,
Berkeley?
it cut to my core. I guess either that or it like got. I think maybe it got caught on the shot cord because it like pulled it out
Nope.
all the way.
Nope. It was, you thought the chute was the right size and it wasn't. That's just what happens. Seems big enough and never is. Never
Yeah,
is.
for that soft Argonia plowed field.
Yeah. It's never good enough.
Wait, so you're saying that the shot cord
All right.
came
Well,
out? We don't have to get into it.
Well, it was what I would call a rock sim nose down recovery.
yeah.
When it tells you nose cone's pointed down, and I think it looked like after it deployed, it took a second for the chute to inflate.
Jethro Tull out here building rockets.
The flute to inflate.
Good lord.
And so I think it it was going down, and then it deployed, and then the shock cord wrapped around the fin, and then the parachute opened and just yanked it because they're swept.
Yeah. Dude, dang.
Because the fin was like hanging out, and it was facing up. It wasn't even the part that hit the ground.
Oh, interesting. It karate chopped.
Unless it did some
the
sort of
fin.
crazy roll and hit a hidden rock, maybe. I don't know. But
It seems like a karma rock, to be honest. Could be
I
what
think
it
it
is.
just, I think it was just straight karma. I think it just flew out on descent.
Well,
Dang.
you made your bed. Now you gotta break your fins off in it.
It's not going to stop me from making funny broken fins.
All right. Well, you only have one to repair. I get the joy of doing like 5. So
Question though, on broken fins, do you just mask off that one fin and just go with it to
I'm
repaint
probably
it?
gonna sand it most of the way up, especially on the Honest John, because that color is like super easy.
But if there's
but for the-
decals involved,
Yeah, like my Fat Boy. I haven't decided how I'm gonna do that yet, but I'm probably gonna try and at least belt sand the fillet off, and then
I'm gonna grind
probably gonna
out
have to
the
get a
whole,
new
grind
decal.
off the whole fillet. But I'm just like, of course it's the rocket with all the decals.
right.
So like,
Yeah, that was what made me
that
most
sucks.
mad about my Fat Boy breaking the fin.
That sucks.
But all right, well, shall we move on to the podcast mailbag then? For those of you not
Yeah.
familiar, we have a mailbag thread on patreon.com/rockyvlogs once a week when we do the podcast, and we get to make your voices heard. So this week I said Macho Matt makes his triumphant return to the podcast this evening and said we're playing it a little loose, so just throw any questions or comments you have for us out, and we'll go around the round table of Rocketry Trust and get some opinions laid out here. So Ryan asks questions that might make an interesting conversation. Have you ever gotten that bad feeling when working on a rocket, assembling a motor, loading charges, or setting it up on a rail or arming it? If so, what was the outcome? Yeah,
all the time.
I have done that. My Nike Smoke, when we talked about this in the Failures podcast, both my Nike Smoke and my 4-inch Punisher, when I didn't have happy beeps on both altimeters. Well, the Nike Smoke, I consciously decided to fly one, even though there was 2 in the rocket, and then the Punisher, I had one altimeter not reading the right amount of beeps that it had an apogee only charge, and both of those rockets came in ballistic. So bad feeling on those, bad feeling on the motor deploy K185 and my Big Daddy that also came in ballistic. Bad feeling on my Arcus with the 150G motors and not knowing what to do. That also came in ballistic. Bad feeling on my flight at LDRS, though. You remember? I was like standing at the flight line after the wait for 2 hours to get the rocket on the pad, and I was like, something's not right. Like, I just don't feel good about this flight.
and
And
it
it
was
went okay. But when I went over there, only when altimeter was beeping and I grabbed one of the wires and it just pulled out. So I was like, okay, well, I don't know what that's telling me, except for maybe tighten things a little better. That was the altimeter that one of the screws came out of the terminal block on the switch, though. So I'm wondering if I just had it got jammed up in the terminal block and I had the wire in there the wrong way. So when I went to tighten it, just didn't tighten down on it. Because I then lost the screw on that on the drive home from your house.
Sick.
Any of you guys experienced that feeling?
Well, I've had quite a few of those. My Nike Smoke with only one apogee charge that came in ballistic.
All of us standing on the flight line going, no, the M3700's fine.
Yeah, I just had a
recall
real
you
bad
not
feeling
feeling good
about that one, which was right. It did
Mhm.
Kato, so that was fun. And then Matt took
remember that.
pictures of it. Was really insensitive immediately after it happened.
Yeah, Taylor was super mad about that. But I'll be honest, I shot clips of the same instance, but you were focused on Matt being mad. And Matt, let me teach you a little lesson here. I have a long lens, so I could be standing far enough away that it was inconspicuous.
The thing about Matt though is that he was so like his curiosity was so like chipper about like asking, whoa, that's crazy, there's so much energy there, that's really destroyed, oh my gosh, that's
like
It's just crumpled.
the people with
like
my
if you just
Honest
would have been
John.
quiet and took pictures, that would have been fine. I just couldn't handle you doing that.
Being happy about
I don't know if I don't know if
can
Matt's
find
up
one.
to date on what happened with my Honest John, but my Honest John hit 2 trucks and the main didn't come out. So I have to like pay to repair people's stuff. And once again, patreon.com/rockyvlogs. I'm about to have no job. It was like a Boy Scout troop. So all of these kids and people that don't really know much about big rockets are like, "Whoa, this is crazy. Let me get a picture." I was like, "Do not get me in those pictures." They're like, "Don't move it yet. I'm trying to take a picture. Whoa, how many motors does this fly on?" And I'm like trying not to just cry.
Braden
I saw the
Carlson
people-
of Rocket Vlogs
Yeah,
punches
exactly.
6 children and hits 2 trucks with 1 rocket. Banned for life.
The rocket didn't hit any kids, but I sure did.
We need to pull that clip.
Dude, it was a nightmare. I went and put my tracker in my car and like very slowly walked over because all the people like went over there and were standing around it, and I was like, "Oh my god, here we go." But yeah, that's quite a story. You'll have to listen to
Yeah.
the podcast to get all the details on that because it was quite intense. But Postart, any
Well-
bad feelings?
I haven't had any yet.
He only has good feelings, man.
He's just
Yeah,
vibing out
it's
in
all
rocketry.
it's all good vibes, you know.
Yeah.
There's been
Yeah.
quite a few times where I felt for whatever reason, thought a motor was not going to work, and then it did. So
That was
Except that
literally me
one.
every time I built a motor for a long time. I was like, "Well, it's together. I did something wrong."
I
That
guess
thing's a bomb for sure.
my 3-inch Punisher, when I put the K1275 in it, I felt good about it when I put it on the pad,
And then
and
the
then
first
it
chuff.
started chuffing, and then I felt bad about it.
Like,
But then it
s-
worked, so I felt good about it.
It's a
It
roller
was
Real
a
coaster.
roller
concerning-
coaster, that one.
extreme chuff situation.
Yeah, that was.
All right, Matt, any bad feelings? He says when
Yeah.
working on a rocket or assembling a motor. I guess that's a good point for me to I
I've
did
had
for
some
a
bad
long
feelings
time.
working on rockets too, like sanding at 110 degree garage with Braden.
Trying to line up rail buttons on the Arcus.
Ooh, hey, that was a bad feeling,
Oh.
Postart. you
Yeah,
were
that
involved
was.
with.
Oh man.
Yeah,
What
that was
happened- What
fun.
happened there? What happened there?
So
They didn't
Braden
get
had
the
to
top
leave.
rail
We-
button lined up.
So we were working on doing the finishing touches on the Arcus before Airfest, and Braden went to Atlanta for work stuff, and so me and
Oh, right.
Postart were by ourselves trying to finish the Arcus, and so we're like, let's put the rail buttons on, and then somehow the Englewood let us down, and we got one of them. We get done and sight it, and one of them's crooked, and we did 3
Oh,
rail
dang.
buttons.
Jeez.
And it was a whole thing. But we're like,
Yeah.
of course, the time Braden leaves us, we blow it, and so
Yeah.
we tried to fix it and got it close enough that it works, but it's still a little bit off.
My favorite
Yep.
part though was like when we were talking about it and Postart was like, "Yeah, so we plugged it and re-drilled it," and Taylor was like, "I thought we weren't gonna tell him that." I was like, "Oh, okay, I see."
No, it was the other way around, wasn't it?
Oh, it might
I don't
have
think
been.
so.
I don't remember.
But
It did.
Matt-
One of us slipped up and mentioned it. and
Yeah.
then- yeah.
Matt, your bad
Yeah.
feelings.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the demon. That was not a good feeling. I think I was being careless about it. I was just like, well, it'll probably
Yeah,
be
but
fine.
was it a bad feeling before?
Yeah, it wasn't a
It
premonition.
wasn't a confident feeling. I was just like, well, yeah, it's together. I mean, it just took me a long time to put the electronics bay and everything together. And
Well,
so,
why did you fly it?
Oh yeah, no. See, that's one of those we talked about that in one podcast episode too. Like, if you hesitate for 1 second, then take it off the pad and go take it apart. Just like the
Oh, I guess
V2.
this is his experience. I guess he hasn't
Yeah.
had that before.
Yeah,
I sure have had it
that's
now.
that's how my 4-inch Punisher died. I was like,
After you have something
fine.
really bad happen like that,
Yeah.
then that's when anytime you have any sort of feeling, you just got to pump the brakes.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
walk back
yeah,
starts
yeah.
looking real nice once you've had a rocket come in ballistic. Even if you get berated by the wild man himself for carrying your 70-pound V2 all the way back to the flight line.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely my bad.
All right, so Bryce. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not a good one. Bryson Nicole asks, got any thoughts on Tripoli high power records, notable records, records you've held or want to hold? My notable records, I have to say pretty much anything Kurt Von Delius has done. Like, the rockets he builds are just crazy. And I don't know who holds the N record right now. It's an N5800 with like machined aluminum step rings to the fin can and stuff. Like, I don't have much desire to do something like that, but I respect it on an unbelievable level.
Yeah, same.
Like, the amount of time going into that is just like, and thought and like actual engineering is crazy. Which brings me to my next point: records you want to hold, none, because it requires thought and actual engineering. And I dropped out of school, so I just.
And also, I'm not really like, you have to make sure all your ducks are in a row just to like meet the requirements of recording and stuff. And I'm not really into it that much to like.
Yeah, Taylor's not a red
I guess
tape
it's
guy.
easier now than it used to be because there's more like acceptable electronics you can use and whatever. But yeah, I mean, if I end up with a rocket where I think maybe it's possible, but I have no plans to do it. Although, shout out to Bryce on his. What did you see? The big squat got a record. It was a record I didn't even really know existed.
Yeah, the handicap. I was there. I saw it happen.
I didn't understand. Well, I didn't know if you knew he was doing. He got a record.
Yeah, that's how I found out about that record. Actually,
I didn't know that was a record. It has
to be a certain diameter and weight. I think it's a new thing, but maybe not.
Well, I think I'd seen it listed, but I don't know if anyone's ever done it, or at least not that I didn't understand what it was. It made it pretty obvious because the squat's so like an extreme example of it. So
yeah. I mean, maybe one of those records might be something I could consider trying to get into, but we did. I think technically the Punisher also qualifies for that record, right?
Yeah, I think I realized that after. I was like, oh,
look out, Bryce, we're coming for you. It has to be a single.
Maybe for the next flight, we'll throw in a GPS and try to get some complex handicap something. I don't know what we would qualify for, but
we might have a decent shot at complex. Oh no way! There's gotta be 2-stage rockets that have gone like 70,000 feet.
No, but there's one that's it's confusing. I looked at it. It looks like one of the, I don't know if it was something that was grandfathered in, but it looks like there was a record that was maybe put in the wrong category. I don't know, because there's one that says cluster, and there's another one, or no, there's complex, but there's also staged, I think. I'd have to look at it to be sure, but I think there's two different categories that like separates a big cluster from like a staged rocket.
Interesting. So maybe we do. So
if that's the case, then we would qualify. If there's some overlap I don't understand, then we wouldn't. But.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
That'd be kind of fun. We'll put that down for records we want to hold. Is try to get the Punisher in on that.
Anyone we might qualify for, we'll take that. Sounds good. Boss Heart.
Like you said, I don't really have a huge interest in altitude. I didn't even go to college, so you've got me there.
I think Matt wins because he graduated, but Taylor made it further than I did.
Not much further, but
I got 1 semester.
I got 3.
Nice.
Matt did all of them.
Aerospace.
So
look at Matt.
Does that mean
every single
space
one.
shots in your future, Matt?
The undefeated champion.
No, I just gotta get back to a launch. There you go.
Macho Matt for K altitude record.
Oh my god.
What is it?
K motor altitude record. We'll take him to NSL.
Dude, Matt, come to Colorado with us.
Yeah.
When are you guys going?
Alamosa.
For
NSL.
Memorial Day ish.
Yeah,
Rocket Ranch.
Right. Yeah, dude. We can go party up in the Mile High launch area where rockets go really high.
We're both bringing minimum diameter rockets is the plan, I think.
Yeah, I've got a bomb for mine. It'll be awesome.
I have a case loser.
Case
I might borrow a case this time, so that'll be fun.
Is it K270?
M685.
Oh, right. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot you're going big. I'm just doing a K300, a
I
certified
already have
hand
the
grenade.
motor, so
This is true.
and the nose cone, so I just need a tube.
I think my K300 is going to be fine, just like the last one.
It's dated like 2019 or something. I think it'll be fine.
That was like my
Is this
first
an-
M1675. Robert's like, look, I found one, and it was from like 2016. I was like,
Well,
okay.
It's like I just flew that H410 that was from like 2016 that Tim says he found or they shipped to him. I don't know what it was, but it appeared somewhere and I bought it and it was pretty awesome.
Is this a NAR event?
Velocity maximum. Yeah, it is.
Hmm?
Okay. Well,
What?
let's move on to the next question. Sleepy Sack, our boy is back. Oh,
Oh,
I'm writing
Sleepy
rhymes right
Sack.
now. If you had to choose between an Aerotech J350, J800, or J415 for a level 2, which one would you pick and why?
Oh, that's a hard
J415
choice.
because I used one for my level 2, so therefore it's the coolest one. Actually, if I could go back, I'd probably do a J800.
I do J800 because it's almost a K1100, which I love.
Yeah.
So-
But if you're going that far, just do a K1100.
yeah, but I mean J800 is fine too. They're cheaper.
No,
now.
it is. It's a great motor. I actually flew with J800 in the same rocket I used to do my level
Yeah.
2 with the J415.
I've flown quite a
It's
few
awesome.
of those in the 3-inch Punisher, and honestly indistinguishable from the K1100, just about. So in that
Yeah,
rocket,
Right. Well, I mean, yeah. In a huge rocket, it's obviously going to be noticeable. but
yeah,
In a rocket that's gone in like a quarter of the burn.
it's just like really fast and loud and Blue Thunder. Actually, J800 from the 30s pads at Argonia wins for sure. That's so loud.
G615, I think, went harder. I think it went harder.
You think so?
That aerospike
He's putting
nozzle,
it down.
I
guess we'll
dude,
have to go side to side and compare.
Like, I flew my Punisher on that motor, and when I was filming it, it kind of scared me. I was like, oh my God.
I think I was back at the tent, so I didn't get the full force.
Super Thunder up close, baby. It was wild. Any recommendations from those choices? Match and Potch Tart.
Potch tart.
I'd go J800.
That's true. You almost did your level 2 on a J800 till we realized it was going to rip the fins off your Red Max.
Yeah, yeah.
You still
That would
have
have
one,
been
don't
cool.
you?
I do. I haven't flown it. I've had it for like 2 years now.
Yeah, he
Dude,
forgot to bring it.
take it
the
to farthest
Yeah.
Fest.
I could.
Fly your 3-inch publisher.
Yeah.
Publisher.
Matt, recommendations?
J350, J415, or J800.
Let me look at my rocket motors I like list.
Yeah, okay. Consult the list. That is a
Yeah.
good call.
Are any of those on the list? That's the
Yeah, let
answer.
me-
I bet the
Okay.
J800 is. I would put money on that.
Yeah.
It is second on the list.
I think if not, I was going to say, I think I might have told him to put it on the list at some point.
Yeah. What else was there? J350.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah,
a
that's on
classic.
the list.
Might I add
Yeah.
a little basic? I don't know. If you
I
have
know,
the option to
they
do the
still hit,
J800,
though.
they really, yeah. I mean, that's the funny part. We talked about this the last one. I've never flown
Yeah.
just a J350. I've only flown 2 of them at once with a J5 or 2 J570s and an M. So it's
Or
still lost
4
on
of
me.
them in a really dumb 9-motor cluster.
Right. Yeah. So it's just I'm lost on that. But yeah. Continue, Matt.
Wait, what am I continuing? Oh, the list.
You got to pick a motor. Which one are you recommending?
I'm gonna say the J800. I don't remember what propellant that is.
Blue Thunder,
Blue
baby.
Thunder.
Blue Thunder. Okay, so it's probably got a rip.
It's really loud. That's why you liked it.
Okay, that would definitely. I would like that.
All right, we're gonna move on to the final mailbag. Let me refresh it just to make sure. I'm actually gonna peruse through the mailbags too because we have a couple that we've missed from the past, so we'll keep it rolling here. But Jeremy Sim asks, at what motor size thrust do you recommend glassing cardboard tubes, and at what motor size or thrust do you recommend going straight to fiberglass? For me, it's all about speed, how fast a rocket's going to go, not so much the motor thrust. We kind of talked about this on the last podcast where we broke down preferences from cardboard or phenolic to fiberglass. I personally, I love building fiberglass, but every once in a while, I just need to like have myself my rocketry homecoming and fly some phenolic or paper stuff. But I pretty much always glass it at this point. And I'd be less worried about flying paper fast and more worried about the couplers in there if you're using decent tubes. But I mean, if you're going anywhere like north of Mach 0.75, definitely glass cardboard. And obviously, if you're going like well beyond Mach, then you go straight to fiberglass. Mach 2, definitely glass. I don't know that I'd put cardboard more than like 1.25. Which is right about what my Nike Smoke Sims 2 on an M. So
I mean, if you put enough glass on there.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, you can add enough glass to your heart's content. I think my Nike Smoke will be fine at Mach 1.25 because it's 3/8 fins with tip-to-tip glass. But there is a limit, and it's kind of a wishy-washy decision of how much money you want to spend versus how much time you'd like to spend reinforcing stuff.
Yeah. The main thing with a paper, if you're going with a kit, is, I mean, like Braden said, based on speed is when I would make changes. But yeah, also I kind of glass stuff for recovery purposes and whatever too. But if you just buy a kit, the main concern is like the coupler and the fins, because a lot of they're like lighter duty kits. So like a lot of those, it'll be a 4-inch kit, but it comes with like light ply fins. So it's like if it would shred because the coupler folds or the fins shred. Like the tube isn't really the weak point.
Anybody want to weigh in? Post-heart match?
So glass them fins, I guess, and put the stiffy in the coupler.
Yeah, my main concern is, I mean, the fins. That's what I was worried about on. I did a 3-inch fusion on a John Clifton LK. I don't
spicy.
know. Yeah, it was
a 2550 load.
Yeah, what was it? I don't know. It was fast, but I was worried about the fins. Because I built it not like how the Fusions are supposed to be built. So I made it head-end dual deploy. And all of the stiffy couplers lined the whole inside of the tube. So I wasn't really too worried about that, but the fins more than anything, just with speed.
I can't really say anything.
All right. Well, Matt, you fiberglassed a rocket, so you can recommend that people do as well.
Yeah, that is true. I will say that painting and sanding a fiberglass rocket is a lot more fun than a cardboard one. So I think
nice. Yeah, that is like
yeah,
worth its weight in gold to me.
But
the easy finish.
Yeah.
What's not fun is painting a rocket that you fiberglassed.
Correct. Yeah.
That
Wait,
that
I
is big
fiberglass?
subtraction for
Any
of like just doing it yourself.
Yeah.
Like a glass
Yeah.
kit is fantastic, but like
Yeah.
painting something you glassed is a lot worse. And you is in us, whatever.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
just
yeah.
DIY.
Not me as in Macho Match.
Yeah, not singling Macho Matt for his poor glassing skills.
Which is probably you and your glassing skills. So
Well, I
right.
assisted.
yeah.
I'm really I know somebody had asked a question specifically for you, Taylor, but I can't seem to find it. So I guess we're just gonna have to.
It just got lost. Crazy.
Guess they didn't care enough. They deleted it because it's probably because you didn't post any videos. If I had to take a guess, Post-heart too.
Yeah.
Well,
All
people
right,
don't
well,
even
if-
know about Post-heart because he never uploaded it.
He needs to just do it.
It's done.
No, it's not edited.
It's
he
not
started
done.
editing
Oh.
and didn't want to listen to himself anymore, which I get.
No. It wasn't that. I was fine with that. I just didn't like the video.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
but
was like,
that's
"Who's
the-
gonna watch this?"
I was like, this sucks. It's boring.
Dude, every time I post a video like
That's-
that where I'm like, this is like so haphazard and nobody's gonna care. Like everyone's gonna unsubscribe. This sucks, and people are like, great video, I love it. Or like people will tell me in person specifically about a video. Just look at my Honda video. I made the dumb Honda video on my car channel. They got 32 million views, and I only made it
Dude.
because I couldn't come up with anything else.
My
Just
most
post it.
boring video is the most popular. So
Yeah, the Punisher one.
yeah, I just talk about Punishers for like 15 minutes, and people love it.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a great video.
It's because it's the best rocket.
It is.
Yeah, true.
All right, so I think that pretty much wraps it up since we're done here with all of the mailbag. But if you want to partake in the mailbag, be sure to check out patreon.com/rocketvlogs. It's as low as $1 a month, and you get to participate and see all the behind the scenes posts and everything. If you do $5 or more a month, then you get to be part of the quarterly rocket giveaway, where we give away a kit that's supposed to be $100, and sometimes I just spend way more on it than that. What were you gonna say, Taylor?
Well, are we done? I got a couple questions for Matt.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. But
Oh,
wait, let me
yeah.
finish my plug real quick. Check out
Okay.
rocketvlogs.com if you want to be iced out like me with the ugly rocket sweater. Again, I might
Sick.
be losing my job soon, so it'd be awesome if you guys want to check that out.
Jeez.
And yeah, so anyway, Taylor's got some questions for Matt.
Merry Christmas to me.
Well, I mean, one of them we kind of covered. Will there be a Brahms rocket?
Okay, good.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, there'd be a Brahms rocket.
The people want to know.
Okay, all right. If the people are wanting there to be a Brahms rocket, there will be a Brahms rocket.
I don't know if the people knew about that concept before, but yeah, no, it's too late. You said it. It's too late.
I think
it's happening.
Okay, I think it's.
We can 3D print you a giant ice cream cone.
I think there ought to be. Yes, there will be.
We'll
If
3D
you
print
make a
giant
Brahms
ice cream
rocket,
cone.
I will document it and make a video. So
There we go.
because people will
Okay.
love it.
All right.
Macho Matt with the signature Brahms rocket is what the world needs, and we got to get the French fry parachute.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Perfect.
This is so sick. I want one so
Yeah.
bad.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or the
We gotta make it.
Duncan one.
The Duncan one.
Or the
yeah.
Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. Will there be more? Next question. Will there be more roller coaster themed rockets?
I think there's got to be there's one more. I think there's at least one more
What-
in me.
Do you know what it
Which-
would be?
I mean, nobody's claimed the Rule the Sky one yet. Raptor Rule the Sky, you know.
No, that's. Oh, I wanted to do that one. I'll let you.
Oh, you should.
I'll let you do it though. If you're actually going to build a rocket,
No,
Matt,
no.
Matt
can I-
shows up with a.
Can I put
Yeah.
something?
Actually build a rocket.
Can
and
I
then
put
you
something
name
in
it
your
Raptor,
head?
Then you can do it. Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to bring attention to you, Matt. The Wild
Okay.
Man has a kit called the Intimidator, right?
Right, I've got
And-
one of those.
Oh, that's right. A really big
Yeah.
Intimidator upscale would be cool. A 12-inch one would be like 24 feet tall, so it would be super extreme. But this has to happen. Do you know why? Do you know what 12 inches in millimeters is?
Oh, is
It's
it
305.
Oh my gosh.
It's 305. We have to.
Oh man, 24 feet.
We have to build a 12-inch
I
Intimidator.
really don't want to do
That
that though,
is-
but
Me
I
neither,
do
but we
like
have
that
to.
idea.
This is a
If
requirement
Braden's
now.
saying that we have to do it, I guess we have to do it. So 24
Let's
foot.
sonotube it. Let's build it cheap. We gotta
All right.
intimidate before
And
we
what's
punish.
going to happen after we fly it? Where's it going to go?
To your
In-
house.
in the
Your
tree?
garage, Taylor.
Taylor's garage? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
wait,
don't
no.
count,
Matt has a
man.
house now. It can
I
go in
do
Matt's
have a-
garage.
We will.
We could. I've got some attic space.
Oh
we could
yeah,
throw it up.
sick. Perfect.
Perfect.
All right, everybody. RocketVlogs.com.
Okay.
Buy your merch, so you're gonna get the Intimidator
Wait,
305 project started.
So, okay, one more question here. Is it hard trying to be Macho and Matt at the same time?
It is the most difficult thing I deal with on a daily basis. That the macho. I was the whole macho thing came about very haphazardly. I didn't even know when I was starting my job at Worlds of Fun, and they were coming up with these fancy names that you would add to your name. I really didn't know what to say, so I was like, "Oh, I'll be just Macho Matt or whatever." So having to like live up to being Macho and Matt, it's just so difficult. The Macho.
It's
I'm
crazy
not
too
macho.
because
I'm not. I'm very Matt.
the thing
And,
is, people always ask. They look at you.
He's like, I'm barely Matt. It's hard enough to be Matt, much less Macho too.
Exactly.
People
Everyone always
ask.
goes Macho Matt, and sometimes I just want to be, like mild Matthew.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at here. Is everybody will ask. They'll look at him and say, "How are you, Macho?" But nobody really takes the time to ask, "How are you, Matt?"
Exactly. Yeah.
And it turns out the real macho-ness was the friends we made along the way.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, on that note,
Sure. Wow.
I think
so
that
rosy.
wraps it up. We
So-
can sit on that.
Well, anyway, to finish it all off, once again, my name is Braden Carls, and you can find me on YouTube at Rocket Vlogs. I'm going to send it over to the guys for their plugs.
My name is Taylor Jesse, and you can find me on the Rocket Channel. No promises
My
on new
name-
videos at the
Oop.
moment, but we're working on it.
My name is Shane, or Postart, and you can find me at Postart Propulsions on YouTube when I get around to posting a video.
My name is Matthew the Macho Match Myers, and I have a YouTube channel. It's Matt the Motorman. You can check out my sweet.
You do?
Check out my sweet World of Fun.
Oh my
videos
God,
from
we need-
2007. Yeah,
we need
come
3-inch
on.
Punisher build videos, too. Get some up there. Get some
All
up
right.
there.
So,
I want
and
to see
it- so that
comments.
is-
Yeah,
That is Matt the Motorman. Is that correct?
Matt the Motorman. There are 3 T's in that. Yeah, I believe that is.
We'll put...
Yeah. You got to see
Well,
that.
we're gonna put a link in the description to everybody's channels, but I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. We are in completion today. We are the Anti-Gravity Group. This is the Anti-Gravity Group podcast, and we will see you next time.